Gian here of Gadget Pilipinas. Congratulations on your new ROG Ally. In this video, I'm going to talk about the first things that I recommend that you do and the accessories that I have tried and tested. Let's get started. First on our list is to go through the first Windows OOB or out-of-the-box experience before doing anything crazy with your ROG Ally. Some users just simply swap or upgrade the SSD right away without going through the OOB experience. Now, don't skip on upgrading the BIOS before swapping your SSD. Skipping the BIOS upgrade from off-the-shelves ROG Ally will result in getting stuck at cloud recovery process. Now, once you're done with the upgrading of the BIOS, you can then swap the SSD. I have a guide on how to upgrade the SSD on this video. Now, before I continue, let me talk about the sponsor of today's video, Shari-Shari. You all know that in this channel, we continuously feature and review tech products that come from local and global brands. Personally, I also look into these brands and see if there's a way for me to not just review the brand or product or buy their product, but also own a share of big tech brands that own the gadgets or games we review here sa channel. Katulad na nga ng Apple, Intel, or AMD. Just like what we're going to talk about in this video, the ASUS ROG Ally, which is a handheld gaming device na powered by AMD Z1 Extreme. Recently, I was introduced to Shari-Shari, which is a platform that provides Filipinos access to set up fund, select and communicate buy or sell orders of publicly listed and traded stocks in the US stock market to a partner US-based licensed brokerage firm or US brokerage who will implement the trading. Yes, now this platform includes over 2,500 and ETFs, and I can start investing in fractional shares of global brands in the US stock market for as low as $1. As for me, I just signed up on their website, went through the identity verification with a one-time onboarding fee, and funded my account using bank transfer. Napakadali. I did not even need to open a US dollar account. They also have an app. It's now available on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. It's stripped off of overwhelming stock trading jargons, kaya easy to use. It's made by Filipinos for Filipinos. Kaya kung may tanong ka, you can just message their support team. The platform can support English, Tagalog, and even Bisaya languages. Pinoy na Pinoy. If you're interested in investing in US stock market, even if you're a beginner like me, you can check out www.shari-shari.io to learn more. Okay, so now let's move on to the second one. There's a widely reported issue about melting micro SD cards since the chip dedicated for it is only rated up to 70 degrees Celsius. Now, ROG acknowledged this issue that they are now currently investigating, but this does not mean that there is no solution to this issue right now. The ROG Ally community is very active in looking for ways to address this issue, and these are the ones that I recommend that you do. Now, the first thing that you need to do is to open Armory Crate and then go to Settings. Then go to Operating Mode and select Manual. Now in here, you need to create a new profile and follow the fan settings that you can now see on screen. These are just my recommended fan settings at 18 watts, which I believe is the sweetest spot of the ROG Ally. I can play most of my games at 18 watts without issues with these settings. The fans can get loud though, but not Steam Deck loud, to ensure that it's getting enough heat management when higher CPU utilization kicks in. Now, take note that you have a separate fan profile when the ROG Ally is connected to a charger or XG Mobile and on battery. Next is to disable CPU boost. There are games that do not have significant increase in FPS performance with CPU boost enabled. In a video by Filterless, he discovered that CPU boost is enabled at default on the ROG Ally on all power profiles. When you check advanced power settings, you will not find anything that says processor performance boost mode because it is disabled at default. This is where you can disable boost mode, which, as I've said, is turned on at default. You can just easily disable this by doing the following. Hit Start, type regedit, and a window will open. Go to HKey Local Machine, and then go to System. After that, go to Current Control Set, scroll down to Control, and then Power, and then Power Settings. In here, find the one that starts with 545-33251. Expand this, then go to folder that starts with BE337238. Click the folder and on the right side, click Attributes. Default is set at 1 and to show CPU boost settings, change it to 2. Then you're good to go. Now all you have to do is to go to edit a specific power plan by going to Start and then just type Edit Power Plan and change the setting from aggressive to disabled. Again, to get to this setting, simply click Start and then type Edit Power Plan and click Change Advanced Power Settings. You have to take note that each profile has its own power setting on Windows. If you have a custom or manual power mode, you will not find it in the Windows power plans. I have not found a way to customize the processor performance boost mode on my custom 18 watts power plan. Just keep that in mind. Now, this should allow you to lower the clocks, which may be unnecessary on some AAA titles. Now, just in case you'll be playing games that need more CPU power or where CPU is a must, then just go ahead and enable it again by switching it back on via regedit. This is particularly useful to those who wish to lower the clocks to save on battery because for some reason, ASUS set the CPU boost to aggressive. Next, the ROG Ally has 16 gigs of RAM. At default, the ROG Ally uses 4 gigs for the integrated graphics. You can change this to 8 gigs by going to the Armory Crate. Now within Armory Crate, go to Settings, then click Operating Mode. Scroll down to Memory Assigned to GPU and change it to 8G. Be sure to restart your ROG Ally after this process. Remember that each time the BIOS is updated, this will reset to 4G, so be sure to change it back to 8G if necessary. The ROG Ally, like most ASUS laptops, has battery bypass mode. This keeps your battery healthy even when it's connected to the AC adapter for extended period of time. As someone who seldom plays with the Ally on battery, this feature is particularly useful for me. To enable, go to My ASUS app, then click Customization, then under Power and Performance, enable Battery Care Mode. Alright, let's now move on to the accessories I'm currently using. If you just got yourself an ROG Ally, there's a high chance that you are looking for accessories that you can use on the go. In this video, I'm going to show you some of the accessories that I'm using and tell you if it is fully or partially working on the Ally. First on our list is this ROG Ally travel case. Now, there are a couple of things I like about this case. When the Ally is in this case, I can just simply put this inside my bag and not mind about the Ally's display and joysticks. The fit is perfect and there's ample protection to the screen and the joysticks. The material is not also abrasive to the Ally, so you're assured that it won't scratch your Ally screen. You can also use it as a stand for the Ally. The case also has a credit card holder and SD card slots. This is where I put my Apple AirTag so I can easily see where the case is if this gets stolen, unless they also throw the AirTag away. Now, the only thing that I actually don't like about this case is how it is heavily branded. I understand where ASUS is coming from because this is also how they designed the case for the Flow X13 and Z13. But I hope they would consider coming up with something with a minimalist design. Next, we all know that the ASUS ROG Ally can let you use docks so you can extend or clone its monitor and also use some of your other accessories like mouse and keyboard. ASUS has a solution for this. Now, this is the ROG Gaming Charger Dock. This charger dock supports full 65 watts power delivery. It has PD 3.0 fast charging via USB-C and a drive display output via HDMI 2.0 port. Now, since this is perfect for docked setup, you can output the Ally's display to your monitor or TV and use a wireless controller like this ROG Raikiri Pro. I will have a separate video about this very soon. You can also connect other low-power devices like mouse and keyboard. It also has a bundled 2-meter USB-C cable that can output power delivery, audio, and display output up to 4K 60Hz. Now, last but not the least is this one from Huawei. Huawei, what now? Yeah, a year ago, Huawei launched this Huawei Vision Glass. It is like a version of X-Real Air, but from Huawei. It uses micro OLED to mirror or extend the display of the ROG Ally to the Vision Glass. Well, not to be confused with the recently announced Apple Vision Pro, the Vision Glass is more of a glorified AR glass or portable display device primarily built for Huawei for their line of Huawei smartphones and devices. This surprisingly works on the ROG Ally, but it's a little less comfortable to use compared to the X-Real Air. Unfortunately, this is not being sold here in the Philippines, but if you're interested, there's quite a number of AR glasses available in the market that you can buy, like the X-Real Air and Rockid Max. By the way, special thanks to Sir Bason Wang of Huawei for lending this to me for a few days. That's it for our video today. Thank you so much for watching, and also thanks to Shari-Shari for sponsoring this video. I hope this video helped you in any way. This has been Gian of Gadget Pilipinas. Catch you in the next video.